Good afternoon. This is Reverend Loren McGrail. I'm the interim pastor at Irondequoit United Church of Christ. I'm speaking to you today from my lovely loft in downtown Rochester. And I want to share with you both some of the things that my church and I are doing to work on issues related to creation care and justice, and also a bit of theology behind what I believe we are called to do as disciples of Christ. And for that, I'm going to read a tiny bit from a sermon I did for Earth Day Sunday 2021. The Green Group has been meeting since the summer of 2019 when I first arrived. We were responding to the United Church of Christ resolution that supports the Green New Deal. And this is the second or third resolution, I guess the third. The second was a divestment from fossil fuels in 2017. And I think in 2014, we had a resolution that addressed the importance of confronting environmental racism. I'm very proud of our church at the national level and the importance it sets for us at the local level of how to act. So one of the things that is challenging is how to deal with the issues related to the environment when there are so many other issues happening and going on. And so in my sermon for Earth Day Sunday, or Earth Sunday, I tried to bring some of these together and also to propose that creation itself and its redemption is part of our call to discipleship. The title of the sermon, and I'm just going to read a tiny piece, is called, "Do You Have Anything to Eat?" or "Where Righteousness is at Home." And it's based on the readings from Luke chapter 24, 36 through 48, or 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 12 through 13. I start with a small quote from Simone Weil. "The beauty of the world is Christ's tender smile for us, coming through matter. The whole earth is God's face. Therefore, God's delight is our first doctrine, based on our first commandment, to love God above all. That includes all of God's creatures and creation. The realm of earth is part of the rule of heaven, so no separation between the body and the soul, or the soul and the soil. All are part of one. When there is an injury to one, all suffer. We are part of the interconnected web, one fabric of destiny. God has established our heavenly terrain and what Ken Sehested calls a bodified life." I love how the nature writer and photographer John Muir wrote about this relationship. "The trees wave and the flower blooms in our bodies as well as our souls, and every bird song, wind song, and tremendous storm sing of the rocks in the heart of the mountains. It is our song, our very own, and it sings our love." Earth Sunday meets the crucified risen Christ at a fish fry, a Eucharistic meal. The question that emerges from our Luke reading is, how do we get beyond our disbeliefs and come to terms with suffering? All this suffering going on. How do we not go numb to yet another shooting, another Black life murdered, another COVID death, and now the destruction of creation itself, caused by climate catastrophes we have caused? Some say our ecosystem would prosper if Homo sapiens were extinct. We have seen the return of wildlife during our pandemic lockdown that have highlighted this truth. Dear ones, if ants and bees or even bats disappear or are gone, so are we. We are an interconnected web of life. We are not the masters, the stewards, or even the favored ones assigned dominion over. On Easter Sunday, I preached not only about Jesus being resurrected, but about his going to hell and liberating Adam and Eve and everyone else. Jesus descends into hell to raise everyone from the dead. Resurrection is neither just about Jesus nor just about saving the good ones, like Moses or Abraham. Today, I'd like to fold into our story another perspective, an inconvenient truth, and that is that salvation is also not just for humans. It is for all of creation. Like the disciples who have witnessed the injustice and suffering of Christ on the cross, we too have been called to witness the injustices of the system of racial inequality and oppression now on trial in our country, and the ecological devastation of our planet, which now includes species extinction. We are witnessing the suffering even in our unpredictable weather changes, where the storms grow bigger and more damaging, and our forests are burning. On this Earth Sunday, midway between the hope of Easter and the promise of Pentecost, we're called to use our witness of suffering as the basis of our call to go out and be God's co-creators, to restore the created order to its rightful place in redemption's destiny, to work to bring forth a new heaven and a new earth where righteousness, where justice will have a home on earth. May it be so, and may it begin with us. Amen.